Hi guys, Snoop Dad here, and today we can look at the Necrolord Unholy DK and how they absolutely destroy teams in the opener. Okay, so this is how I like to do my burst with the Unholy Death Knight. Okay, so start off, Outbreak, get Abomination. Okay, we get everything popped, Dark Transformation, Unholy Assault, Apocalypse. Okay, and we've got all our damage out. Okay. Okay, just keep bursting those wounds. Okay, so I'm just going to run through the basic abilities of the Unholy DK and how they work, just so you can understand how the burst works and how to play the class after the burst. Okay, so you have two resources. You have runic power and these runes. So you have 6 runes. They power these abilities, which is Outbreak. Keep this always on the enemy. You have Festering Strike. That creates these festering wounds. You can have a maximum of 6 on the enemy, and then you use Scourge Strike to burst them. These abilities create runic power, so you can use your Death Coil or your Death Strike to spend these. Okay, and Death Strike has a healing effect built into it. Death Coil can also heal when used in conjunction with Lich Ball. Okay, but I'll just go through the basic rotation. Okay, so Outbreak always on the enemy. Get your disease on the enemy. Always have at least 1 festering wound. As you reapply them, you can see the timer starting again. So that stays on them for it's about 28-30 seconds each. Okay. What you want to do is get out all your damage. Now, Death DK doesn't do a lot of damage. To be honest, in PvP, it's more of a PvE thing, and when you've got lots and lots of enemies. So you can put that down if you want, but I don't really use it in PvP apart from to flush enemy out. You can cast it at a distance. You want to get your Abomination out. Okay, you want to do Dark Transformation. Okay, and then what you want to do is you want to do Unholy Assault. So this will put 4 wounds on the enemy. I'm just trying to burst them first. Let me get those down. So do that. Okay, and it makes you increase your haste by 20%, so it's very fast. Okay, and then burst with Apocalypse. Okay, and then you've got Abomination Limb, of course. Okay, but you want to press all these at the same time and get your burst out. Okay, once your burst's over and everything's on cooldown, remember, maintain the equivalent plague on the enemy using Outbreak, and you want to put on your festering wounds and just keep bursting them. Okay, and that's basically your damage rotation. Oh, one other thing though, when you're choosing your talents, I've done the demonstration using Infected Claws and Bursting Sores. What you might want to do is change to Claw and Shadows and Unholy Blight. Okay, and the reason for that is that if you look at your Scourge Strike, it does physical damage and shadow damage. So physical damage is actually reduced by armor, and shadow isn't. So it's actually going to do. Let's have a look. So it's about 2,300. So it only does about 10% more damage because there's no armor modification. It should do a bit more than 10% damage. And it's also most importantly got a 30-yard range. So instead of having to be in melee, you can actually burst from a distance. So I'll just show you how that works. And you also get Unholy Blight. So if you're in the enemy, yeah, you can do that. There you go. So you're going to transfer, and it transfers into that one as well. Okay, and it also puts on your Outbreak on the enemy as well. Okay, so now let me just show you. Once you've got some wounds on the enemy, let me just put my pet on him for a second. The Abomination. So they're going to put wounds on the enemy. If the enemy is kiting you and you can't grip them or you can't root them, you can still burst those wounds from distance. Okay, so now you're basically a ranged DK. Okay, so it's up to you what talent you use. I'd recommend Claw and Shadows, Unholy Blight, Asphyxiate, Harbinger Doom. It's up to you. Well, this is kind of situational. If it's a lot of casters, you might want Spell Eater. If you need to kind of get out of there, maybe, I don't know, maybe like a one-shot thing, you might want to use Wraith Walk, or maybe Death Pack. Now Death Pact's going to absorb some of the healing, so if you need to survive a burst and you haven't got a healer, maybe this is the thing to use. If it's going to be kind of more sustained damage, then your healer's not going to be able to keep healing you because it's going to be absorbed by the Death Pact. Unholy Pact, I think, is the best one on here, and Unholy Assault. The Gargoyle doesn't seem to do a lot of damage. You can change some of these around for different specs. There is a different spec you can play where you don't use Unholy Assault. Maybe you've got a Priest of Power Infusion you to replace that 20% haste. Personally, I like Unholy Assault and Unholy Pact because it just gets all your damage out at the same time very quickly, and that's where you get those big opening bursts of like 300, 350, 400k. Okay, so game one. We've got a Monk, Mage, and a Hunter. Okay, I'm just deciding who I'm going to go on. I can see the Hunter's low, so he would be the ideal person to kill, but we don't want the Monk healing him. Okay, so I've rooted him in place. Now I'm going to grip in the healer to the Hunter. Okay, use the slappy hands. Okay, now pop down all my cooldowns. If I've got silence if I need it, but he's just going to go down. Okay, very easy. Okay, the second game, the plan was to just grip in the Priest, stun him, and when he trinkets, get my Hunter to trap him. As you can see, I'm doing no damage on him. He doesn't feel the need to trinket. Luckily, the Windwalkers come straight into my slappy hands, so now I can start damaging him. Okay, and the Priest is still running for my Hunter, who's trying to kill him. Mage gets gripped in there. Oh, yep, and he just dies. There you go. Okay, and in this game here, what we're going to do, we're going to go on we're going to try to get the two monks together. Okay, and just burst them down. We're just going to try to cleave them down. So as you can see, the Mistweaver's trying to get away. There you go. The monks got gripped in. The Hunter's got gripped in. All three of them trying to get away, and the healer just dies. So that's the guide. I hope you enjoyed it. It's just something basic just to get you started in the arenas. If you want any more guides like this for other classes, leave me a comment in the comment section below, and I'll see what I can do. So good luck in the arena, have fun, and take care, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.